See partial credit. So in class, the odd would be checked because you're doing those with me. And then you are finishing the evens. And then if you finish this before we leave today, I will stamp it so you can see, I can indicate you have bonus points. You do need to check as we do this. You need to check your understanding. The first topic in this packet and the last topic go with the purple foldable. So if you don't know the keywords for each operation, you need to start studying the purple foldable. When I conferenced with y'all last week or a week ago from the last test, many of y'all said you lost points because you didn't memorize the properties. You need to memorize. You have to study these key phrases. So on number 1, our key phrase should be the product of a number, okay, increase by 3. So when we're using just the variable a number, we tend to just use n, okay, the variable n for a number. So product means what operation? Okay, so how would I say the product of a number and 7? Huh? Not n7. The 7 has to go in front of the variable. So 7n. Now I want to show increase by 3. Plus 3, yes. And then box, that is our final answer. Now, I've seen a lot today, and I'm going to circle 3 because we've had a lot of missteps or mishaps on the phrase that says times the, okay? Because it says 4 times the difference of a number, and I'm just going to move this up a little bit. 4 times the difference of a number and 9 is, and anytime I see is, that's the equal sign, 30. This is going to be an equation that we write. And I'm stressing the times the, because whenever I see, especially when I see this word, the the, those are parentheses words, yes. So it should be 4, then parentheses, times the. Times the means we have parentheses, like that. Inside the parentheses is where we have the difference of a number and 9. What operation is indicating difference? So a number and 9, how would I write that? Yep, there we go. Equals 30, yes. That is our final answer. Remember, times the, okay, that is parentheses. Now, 5 is an inequality, because topic 1, we want to translate expressions, equations, and inequality. When I ask to check your understanding of inequalities, I'm not going to use words like less than or greater than. It's going to be words like maximum. So, if the auditorium can hold a maximum of 150 people, if it's maximum, what inequality is showing a maximum? It would have to be less than or equal to. So an auditorium can hold a maximum of 50 people. Well, I'm just going to use n as my people. N is less than or equal to 150. So make sure you know the words that correlate with the symbol, the inequality symbol. Now, topic 2, I want us to do this together, because it's vocab, and you have to know what each one means. There are 4 main concepts in your vocabulary with algebraic expression. First one is term, okay? 7 right here, this is just the part that makes up an expression that can be separated by addition and subtraction sign. So in this definition, this is important. They are separated by addition and subtraction signs. So, and here's the example. 7a squared plus 3b minus 6. There are blank terms. How many terms are separated by plus and minus. 3. There's this term, the 7a squared, the 3b, okay, and then the 6. So there's 3 terms in the expression. The terms are the 7a squared, the 3b, and 6. Glenn, can you do this with us, please? Can you do this with us? A variable, a blank used to represent a number. How would I describe or define a variable? It is a letter used to represent a number. Fill in variable. So the variables in our example are A and B. Yes, I meant to do that in green, sorry. A and B are the variables. I know some of you are like doing other stuff and then just getting the paper. See if you can answer some of these questions. You can answer in your head quietly to yourself. Okay, so coefficient. It's a blank attached to the front of a blank. It's a number attached to the front of a variable. Okay? It's a number, so the number has to be in front, attached to the front of a variable. Okay, this means that the number and the letters will be multiplied. Anytime we have a coefficient, the number is getting multiplied to the variable, to the letter. All right, so look at this example. 7a squared plus 3b minus 6. Blank and blank are the coefficients. Because we have to look for the number in front. So it's just 7 and 3 are the coefficients. Just the number in front. What is an exponent but not a coefficient? Yep, 2 is an exponent but not a coefficient. What is a constant and not a coefficient? Yep, the 6, good. So you're going to have to, I'm going to give you basically an expression like the example and ask you to pull out that information. So the last thing, a constant, this is a number that stands alone by itself. Okay? Yeah, number 6 is the constant. Okay? So topic 2 is knowing these terms and be able to identify them in an expression. So I might not ask you to define it, but I'm going to ask you to locate it in the example. All right, so next page, topic 3. Simplify expressions. I have in parentheses combine like terms. So these are the 2 steps you're going to need to do for topic 3. Always first distribute. How do I know when I'm going to distribute? Or how would you know to distribute? What do you have to see? Sarah? Yeah. Anytime I see parentheses, you're going to use the distributive property. Okay, we're on the other page. And I need you to sit up. So, do we have parentheses on 15? Do we have parentheses? 15. No, so we don't have to do the first step. We need to go straight into combining like terms. What are the like terms? N and 5n. Okay, n, and on the 5n, don't forget the sign in front. Negative 5n. Now, with the n, what is the coefficient? Where's the number? If we don't see a number, what is it? 1. Yeah, it's an invisible 1. Okay? So if I combine 1 and a negative 5n, yep, it will be a negative 4n. The other like terms are the constants. So this plus 4 and this minus 9. So it becomes, if you combine them, use your calculator. Plus 4 minus 9. Positive 4 Minus 9. So we're going to write minus 5. And this would be our final answer. Negative 4n minus 5. Number 17, I need you to star this one because we do have parentheses, but what are we distributing? Yeah, remember, there's an invisible one in front. So I'm just going to write to first distribute, and I'm going to abbreviate that. Negative 1. Remember, there's an invisible one. So we're going to do negative 1 times x and a negative 1 times this minus 5, which is like a negative 5. What is negative 1 times x? How would I write that? Just a negative x. Negative 1 times this minus 5. Negative 1 times minus 5. What does that turn into? Negative times a negative. So plus 5.
So whenever you get a positive, you have to add the plus.
Yeah, whenever we have a positive, we add the plus. So we keep the 12 that was in front. So we have 12 minus x plus 5. Then we keep plus 3x minus 8. It would help if I'm writing, you're writing. That would help. Now, we did step 1. So for step 2, we're going to combine like terms. What are the like terms here? It's close, so close.
Negative x.
Negative x. Don't forget the sign in front. And this plus 3x. When you combine them, this becomes what? A total. Because it's negative x, there's an invisible one there. Negative 1 plus 3. So this is 2, so 2x. Then we have 12 plus 5 minus 8. Those are like terms. Just do it from left to right. 12 plus 5 minus 8.
9.
Positive 9?
Yeah.
So plus 9. There's our final answer. On 19, what would be our first step? Yes, distribute what?
4x.
The negative 2. What's outside the parentheses? What is a negative 2 times 4x? Yeah, negative 8x. Write that down. Negative 2 times 7. So, yeah, minus 14. We're going to keep everything else. We had an 18 in front of the expression, and then we have plus 5x in the back of the expression. So now combine our like terms.
Negative 8x and positive 5x.
Yep, negative 8x and a positive 5x. So if I combine a negative 8 plus 5, what does that become? So I write negative 3x. Then we combine our constants, 18. Then we have minus 4. So is it positive? So plus 4. And there is our final expression, our simplified expression. On 21, the key word is perimeter. You have to understand what perimeter means. Yeah, you have to add up all the sides. So because I'm adding up all the sides, I'm combining the like terms here.
Does it matter which one you have to do?
Doesn't matter. You can go clockwise or counterclockwise. But I'm going to start off with my x's. I have a 3x, another x here, and another 2x. If I add all of those x's up, yeah, so it becomes 6x total. Then I'm adding up this minus 6 plus 8 plus 1. So our perimeter as an expression is 6x plus 3. Now I just want to make sure we know in a rectangle, because on 22, this is a rectangle here shown. So yeah, this would be v minus 5. The opposite sides are going to be the same. So that's v minus 5. And then this is 2v plus 13. Okay, and then you're going to add up all the sides. Then we're going to get into solving equations. So when you solve it, you have to show the work. You have to show the inverse operation. On 23, we have 2/3 x equals 8. We have a fraction coefficient here. Anytime I say fraction coefficient, what should we do? If I have a fraction. Yeah, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. Flip it. So this would be 3/2 and 3/2. That means the fraction's gone. We need to do in our calculator 8 times 3/2. Use your calculator, guys. Yep, sorry, x equals 12. So on your test, I will be checking that you show the correct step. I'm showing you that I'm going to check that you show the multiplying by the reciprocal, and then you show how to get to the final answer. On 25, which term is the constants?
-7.
Yeah, 7 and the 11. So we have to undo this -7. So +7 on both sides. Now, yes, 3x equals 18 is what we show as the next step. So I need to see the line and then what it simplifies to. Now, how do I solve this? Yeah, divide both sides by 3. So I see that. That cancels out the coefficient. X equals 6. And then we're going to box that answer. So I'm checking that you undo the constant and you undo the coefficient. And then you get the right answer. So on the last page here, if we go to the next page. Yeah, good eye. Subtract the 9. -9 minus 9. Okay. Now, what do we write after that? Yes, good eye. Make sure you pay attention to that sign. The sign goes with the term. -3/4 x equals, and this 48.
48, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, this is like similar to the last one. Exactly, we have a fraction, so we need to do the reciprocal. -4/3, yep. And -4/3 on both sides. Now, the fraction's gone. X equals, so we need to put this in the calculator. Yep, -64. So remember, guys, the calculator will do the fraction for you. You can, parentheses is showing multiplication. So you can do times, or I'd like to type it like the way it's written, and it'll simplify it for you as well. So you could do 48, the open parentheses is above the 8, and then a negative alpha y equals to get to the fraction, box 4 on top, 3 on the bottom, arrow to the right, and then close your parentheses.
Is it fun if you do it this way?
Yeah, you can do it that way too. Yeah. So you can do the fraction first, and then times 48. Yes. Okay. So we had negative 64. All right.
Yes.
All right. Now, who remembers on this? 29. Butterfly. So we first got to make 10 as a fraction. So 10 over 1. Okay. Now we're going to butterfly. Anything 1 times an expression, anything times 1 stays the same. So x plus 5 equals, 20. 2 times 10 is 20. So we need to show the result of the cross product.
Minus 5.
And then minus 5 on both sides. Yep, done. Yeah, we got to subtract. Okay. Okay, now on 31, you're going to translate it. So this goes back to topic 1 and solve the sentence. So we're going to write the equation and then solve it. So let's see if we remember that keyword. 31 says 3 times the difference of a number and 5 is 30. Yes. Yeah, that times the equals parentheses. So 3 parentheses. Inside the parentheses, n minus 5, the difference of a number and 5, equals 30. Now, because we have parentheses, what do we need to do first?
3 times.
Yeah, distribute the 3. Yeah, hippity hoppity, distribute it properly. We got to distribute the 3 first. 3 times n gives me 3n minus 3 times 5, 15, equals 30. So now we're going to undo the constant. So what is our first step here? Plus 15, good. Plus 15. Draw my line to show the next step. When I cancel out that constant, 3n equals 45, right? Okay, then you divide it by 3. So I'm just going to come up here. My 3n equals 45. I have to divide it by 3. So n equals 15. Now, I do want to talk about 32. I do want to do that one with you because it's dealing with an expression to go with, or an equation to go with perimeter, and it's talking about a rectangle. So if you're dealing with a shape, make sure you draw a picture to help you problem solve. So just start off with me drawing a rectangle, okay? So in a rectangle, the length, one side's longer than the other, right? It's not a square. They're not all the same length. So let me just, I don't know how y'all look at a rectangle, but I consider like how long I go across as my length. Does that make sense? Okay. So then the other one will be the width. All right. So I'm just going to talk about this first sentence here. It says the length of the rectangle is 5 inches less than 3 times its width. Okay. So this is my width sides, right? I don't know what that is. It's unknown. So for that width, we usually use just a W, the variable W, to show the width. Okay? An L we use usually for length. Okay? But what they said here is this length of the rectangle is 5 inches less than 3 times the width. How would I show 5 inches less than 3 times the width? Sarah? Yeah, our L will equal 3W minus 5. So across each other, we're going to have 3W minus 5. And I just did a cursive L, sorry. Okay. So the other key thing is they said the perimeter is 86 inches. And we just talked about perimeters adding up all. Right. So let's add up all our sides. If I add up my W, my 3W, my other W, and my 3W, that's a total of 8 W's, right? Okay, and then we have -5 and -5. -10. So 8W minus 10 is going to equal 86. That's our perimeter. So we're going to solve for the length. And I'm going to find the length by add 10 on both sides. Okay. I ran out of room, so I'm going to come over here. 8W equals 96. Okay. So then we just need to divide by 8. My W turns out to be 12. Okay, so if my width is 12, remember, my length was 3W minus 5. 3 times the width minus 5. So to do the length, you're doing 3 parentheses 12 minus 5. You got to plug it back in. So this is 36 minus 5. 31 is our L. Okay? 31 is our L. So the last topic is your responsibility. It says keywords and phrases. You need to try to memorize 2 to 3 words for each. Look at purple foldable for help. So we want word or phrases for addition. 2 or 3 words. What do you think of for addition? More, okay. Increase by, okay, yes, that's what you're putting in. Oops, I spelled that wrong. Increase. Okay, increase by. So you just giving me 2 to 3 words for each box. All right. Now, for your inequality word or phrase, don't use less than. Think of another word instead of those symbols. All right. So I thought I heard a question. Okay, so here's what I want you to do in class, because it is an in-class check. So to help you study, remember, make sure you memorize just your phrases and your words. I created some flashcards on Quizlet. So I want you to get your laptop, go to Teams, and there's an assignment for you to join the flashcard class, okay? So join the group. So get your laptop. I just need everyone to join. Once you've joined, you can finish your review packet, or you can actually study. Use the flashcards to study, okay?
What are we gonna finish
The packet's not due till tomorrow. Test is tomorrow. So you don't have to show me the packet today. You can show it to me if you can get it done.